But Death Dragon has got awfully closer to Peas. But I think what it is Peas has dropped back from Wouter. The gap now between Wouter and Peas, 3 seconds. But Death Dragon chasing down his main rivals, coming down to turn 1. He's having a look on the inside. We know in real life the outside is the better track to give you the inside corner, and he's not able to make the move there. But whilst behind there, we've got Walker and Sloth having a little battle there. And we've got a yellow flag. Xerxes is around. Xerxes has lost his full wing.
Right, so the stream should be back up and running now as well. Perfect timing. I believe I called it just as we had the size, as you say. A bit of a ding-dong between DJ and Peas. We should be up and running. Apologies, everyone, in regards to this. We are back. We are live at Formula 4. Lap 6 of 36. Wouter leading the way by over 3 seconds now.
Yeah, we are back live, but just in time. Thank you for rejoining us, Diggle. Death Dragon chasing his championship rival, Peas. He's now within 4 attempts. DRS assistance getting him all that much closer down to this penultimate, this ultimate section. Ugh. And he's going to be having a look on this DRS straight to see if he can take second place. There we go. You see the rear wing of the Marlboro opening up, and he's chasing down. There is a yellow flag in the sector, so Death Dragons, I think, is held off a little bit. But Peas, not much ERS left, which is rather uncharacteristic of Peas. Wouter out in front by nearly 3.5 seconds, but he's also got the ERS banked, ready to use. So Wouter really taking a good handle on this race, and equally on the Wouter is on the medium tyres and Peas is on the hard tyres, so we do normally see Peas taking the alternate strategy, which does usually work out quite well for him.
Well, in regards to this, you do want to stretch the mediums to, well, we're looking at least 16 laps to try and one-stop it. So when they get to the end of that stint, we're in about 10 laps time, we are going to see Wouter, well, you'd imagine Wouter's pace would start to drop, but with Peas and DJ, they may be squabbling still at that stage.
Yeah, 16 laps on the mediums, 20 on the hards. So, like you say, there's not going to be a massive overlap. Only 4 laps between switching tyre compound. But Death Dragon now, his best attempt yet to come away, trying to take the position from Peas, but I think neither of them have much ERS to attack or defend with, so positions stay the same for now.
Yes, and welcome back. I do see people are rejoining the stream. Again, apologies for the issues and the connections that have been caused this evening, but welcome back. It is still going on. To be fair, I'm trying to make sense of what's going on myself, a bit like when you joined at quali. I only missed a lap or two, and it's all gone around.
Well, yes, in true Formula 4 fashion, we don't only see, pandemonium on track, but there's usually pandemonium in this commentary room with technical issues here and there, but it's just one of those things. But we are live now, which is all that matters. Just in time to see Death Dragon have his 4th attempt, I believe, on Peas.
Well, saying that, I'm just keeping an eye on Keezer, and he's gone right round the outside of Extremist at turn 1. That's a very clean move by the Marlboro driver. Kept it nice and swish. So let's just jump back, as you say, to the leading... Well, I say the leading squabble. This is battle for P2, beg your pardon. The leader's already nearly down at turn 1. But the battery deployment for both these drivers is...
Yeah, Wouter, untouchable this race. But Death Dragon, he's on the softer compound, so really he should be wanting to get in front of Peas, but maybe for now he's just happy to slipstream Peas and carry on as he is. Maybe Death Dragon could use this to his advantage, save up some ERS and build it up for the next attack. But Liam also within striking distance of the Castrol of J-Marts in front of him. And the man himself, the legend, Droftas, up 12 places now, sitting in 8th. And not just that, he's not only in 8th, he's in 8th on the harder compound. So that will pay in dividends later in this session.
Well, fun little fact, Bloom. I don't know if you caught that part on the side. We got a Castrol going a bit slow, just up ahead there, in front of the Droftas.
Yeah, he's missing his left end plate, so I think he was under pressure from Liam behind and might have lost it. But
Looks like Droftas is trying to let Walker go through, and he does so. Droftas, our pot 3 Samsung driver.
Oh, and Callum spun.
But in regards to Droftas, he was only saying P16. He didn't see himself any higher this race. So clearly, I told him top 10. It's looking good so far.
It is so far. Death Dragon still unable to make way with Peas. Wooter building that gap even more.
Walker following J-Marts as close as he could for a tow. Looked like he was practically going in the pit entrance there to get that draft. But see, just a quick touch on there as well. Senior up to P9 on the mediums for Marlborough. Brilliant start for Ramsell.
Yeah, you know, as a commentary team, I don't think we'll push too much on Ramsell, but all we will say, stellar job so far. Keep it up, Ramsell. We want to see you up there in a position that you're supposed to be, but Bannister is round. Bannister was following behind Senior there, then just lost the back end.
That's the reason I didn't look at Ramsell during quali. Didn't want to give him any of that, but he's been doing a stellar job so far. But at the front, it's going to get a bit interesting now, because we're starting to approach lapped cars, unfortunately, already for some of these drivers. But P's DJing in Pillars are just catching up to the back of Extremist. So P's is going to be hoping for that DRS. Did he get? No, he didn't get the DRS from the car in front. So is he going to hold off from DJ? He's got just enough time there. Straight just isn't long enough for the Marlboro to have a sniff at the back of the Samsung just yet.
Yeah, as you say, some lap cars coming up now. This is a relatively short track, but we've also had some unfortunate spins. So, yeah, a few cars being waved some blue flags.
Just having a look for the other battles on track, really. We do have Mikey G, who's all over the back of Bannister after his recent little trip that he had, unfortunately. Just keeping an eye, they've just gone into turn 1. Again, not close enough to have a look at the JPS just yet, but Mikey G is working his way, keeping it close.
I think Death Dragon must be happy at the moment, although he will want to be in front of Peas. I think just to be in the same part of track as Peas is, following him in the slipstream, although he's on the softer compound. Must be happy being this close to your main rival, but can he get even closer? Peas, as you mentioned, got DRS now off the back marker in front of him, so Extremist really needs to start making way with them blue flags so that he doesn't interrupt this championship battle going on now.
I mean, I had a feeling that it was going to be quite an easy job for them to catch Extremist, but Extremist on the new tyres, and right as you say it, right out the way there. It's always nice to see. So there's not much. If we've got someone round as well at the first corner, I think that's Walker. Walker's gone round for Samsung. That is not what you want to see, unfortunately, and he's just going to get out of the way of Ramsell. So Ramsell up into P8 now, keeping it clean. Droftas up into P7.
Yes, Droftas, absolute stellar drive. Walker, I can't see any damage there, but a right old ding-dong between Bannister and Mikey G there.
And Mikey G's coming out on top as well. Brilliant overtake. Just caught the latter half of that on the stream. Just trying to keep an eye on where everyone is. Tell you what, Bloom, I don't know how you do this. Fair play to you.
I don't half the time. You talk about something and I've missed it.
I know the feeling now. But in regards to this, we've got yellow around again. Who's that? I think it's Walker made that
Walker again,
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, once you're around, the tyre temperature's absolutely...
DJ's flip, he throws it to the outside. Is he going to stick? He brakes late. Runs them all around. Is there going to be the space for him to run side by side? They're still together. It's going to flick left, but it's going to go back right in Peas' favour. And again, Peas just holds on to that second place.
Fantastically tight drive in there, but we've got Walker, Mikey G. Walker, I'm not sure if he cut off Mikey G on the inside there. It looked a bit Hamilton and Alonso-esque from Spa, but I think the stewards will probably be having a look at that. And Walker's in the wall! Walker is not having a good day with them tyres, but as I was trying to say earlier, once you've spun, that's it. Your tyres are completely shot in temperature. You have to have another half a lap cooling them down before you can apply any traction, but that really backed that pack up. Bannister back ahead of Mikey G. Mikey G now under threat from Glock behind. Callum leading this train, but as you said, P's getting in front... Death Dragon and Peas having a ding-dong. Peas still in front. Callum, Bannister, Mikey G and Glock having a four-way battle for 10th.
I'm just going to cut back to that little ding-dong as you say there.
Walker's out. Walker's out, and we have a safety car.
Yeah, it is.
Is it full course caution? Yeah, no, full course caution.
Safety car's out, little yellow dot on the bottom of the track map there, just going through turn 1. That is our safety car. So straight at Droftas into the pits. Safety car's out, Droftas the first one to blink on the tyres. That is perfect timing. So, onto the mediums.
Well, we spoke about pit strategy earlier, 16 laps on the medium, so this will be an ideal time to pit. I mean, could you push?
It would be an ideal strategy if you were on the mediums now to go to the hards, yes. 3 laps under the safety car on the mediums. If he looks after them, he could be in a very strong position, but they are going to be touch and go at the end.
Good shout. Yes, taking your time with the safety car will buy you some extra laps. But Droftas, fantastic position. He's absolute shotgun call on the strategy into the pits.
It's come up on mine. He's picked up a 5-second penalty, so I've missed that when that's popped up.
Oh no! You
may be able to have a look on your end, Bloom. If you go into the race director in the game, it should say.
Right, let's have
all the leaders are in now. All the leaders are in. Here we go. Router's onto the hards, which is what he would. Well, I'm pretty sure he started on the hards, did he not? Correct me if I'm wrong. P's onto a set of mediums. DJ onto a set of hards now. And I beg your pardon, they other way round even. Yes, so the top 5 all swapping over now. So P's really gonna have to stretch those mediums out. But pitting now was just a no-brainer for that situation. He needed to get a new set of tyres on to match everyone around him, but he's going to be on the quicker rubber now. Can he get Wooter on the restart? That is the question.
Yeah. Everybody has complied with tyre regulations. They've all had at least 2 different tyre compounds on. So Wooter was on the mediums, now the hards. So ideal strategy for him. So P's, as you say, hards to mediums. He will have a harder task of this come near the end of the race with grip on those tyres.
Well, while we're just waiting for all the cars to back up here, Bloom, you're a lover of your random little facts, and this one's actually to do with you and this track. Last season, Bloom, I don't know if you recall, well, to be fair if I asked you, where do you think you qualified here last season?
I'm going to say 11th, just because that's salt in the wound for not getting through to Q3.
I mean, I love the confidence, buddy. You qualified 19th. Where do you think you finished in the race?
19th. 20th.
No, you finished P12 in the race. You had a stellar drive from the back of the field to just outside the top 10.
Oh, fantastic.
That was in a wet finish as well. So one of the few drivers to actually finish that race. Not many drivers did.
Was there only 11 that finished? That's why I got 12.
I mean, do you know what? I actually can't confirm nor deny that fact because I didn't check that bit. But I did have a look for you just out of curiosity to see where you actually got it. But there we are.
Now, do we have any lapped cars in this pack? I don't think we actually have.
No, Extremist, where the leaders were compared to the safety car, when the leaders pit, Extremist stayed out, carried on. So everyone should be on the lead lap now. They should all be in order. It should make our job a bit easier. Everyone.
So no hashtag unlapped cars may unlap the safety car.
No, there's no Michael Massey here, just us.
No. Massey, incredible. So no comments on the stream so far since for a while. So I think we'll struggle to get a driver of the day poll in, but we will see. We'll just have to go by abacus. You put your names in the Twitch chat, who you think should be your driver of the day, and then we'll just tally them up at the end, and the person with the most votes will win driver of the day, and maybe we'll be talking to them at the end. Obviously, a slightly different setup today, so it might mean a different kind of format for the driver interview. But hopefully we can carry on as normal. We'll see how we can get that done. But Extremist in the pits coming out, so
he's clear and he's still going to be on the lead lap, so that was a smart decision. However, he is going to have to get round now because the safety car, I believe, will be in at the end of this lap. 3 laps. It's been out for 2 already. Extremist is definitely going to get a move on.
He still will be in a difficult position. Him, just Mikey, I believe, will manage to catch the pack before we go green. 20 laps left in this session once the cars cross the line once more. But as you say, well, maybe that was a really good call from Extremist because he's served his 5-second speeding in the pits penalty. Droftas, unfortunately, still has that 5-second speeding in the pits penalty. J-Mart on 7-lap-old hard tyres. I think he might be one of the only ones that didn't pit during that safety car period. Quite a few people on mediums, probably hoping to get them to the end. Mikey G is on 5-lap-old medium, so that makes the job for him increasingly difficult. And just Mikey catching the pack now, so only Extremist at the back. So let's wait to see what the race director says, whether the safety car is in this lap. And it is, just as I say that. So Extremist needs to get a wiggle on. But he, as you say, is on the lead lap now. So he's still in a better position than he was before. But Wouter back in the pack up now as the safety car drives off to get back into the pits.
So, unlike we see in real life, where we saw in real life, we saw the restart halfway through the final corner. Wouter, unless he knows he's going to punch it, he's really going to want to wait as late as possible to get going, so it's a short drive to turn 1. Otherwise, he's going to be under pressure from Pease on the quicker tyre. Yeah,
as you say, Pease on the quicker tyre, and the only one in the top 5 on the medium compound, and Wouter really holding it back.
Here we go. I'm going to run on board with Pease here for turn 1. He's going to get close enough. It looks like Mikey G with a few changes down the straight already.
Yeah, Death Dragon really losing out there.
Yeah, brilliant restart for Sloth. Droftas as well, getting ahead. Well, having a little bit of a ding-dong there with J-Mars, and J-Mars right around the outside. Very close move, but they've all kept it clean so far.
Oh, Mikey G, something happened there. Mikey G down now to 17th. Something happened on that first sector of the restart.
But already they're Pease. Under 3 tenths, he's right on the back of Wouter through this middle sector. He's not wanting to give that man an inch.
No.
Too soon.
Death Dragon will be seething. He will be breathing fire because he's lost out 3 places at least there from that safety car restart.
And of course,
2, sorry.
Oh, no, indeed. Oh, we got someone around. Who's that? We got Sloth's round, I believe.
Oh, no.
Sloth I don't know what. Yeah, he's just dropped right down. So that's bumped everyone somehow out of all of that. I think that was more than one car there because Droftas is now right on the back of Liam. Sorry, right on the back of DJ, and that's for 4th. So I think we've lost 2 Castrals there. I've missed something there, clearly.
Mikey D dropped it at the start. I'm not sure what happened on the first lap, but then Sloth dropped there as well. J-Mart's into the pit, so Castrol not having a good day since this safety restart, but Chewy still holding the torch high for Castrol in 11th place, certainly currently having a battle with Bannister, currently looking like he's going to lose out, and yes, he does drop a position with Xerxes also on his gearbox just for good measure.
Of course, and Glock as well, they're just up the road in P10. He's going to be wanting to cut his way through these cars as quick as possible, but we've mentioned many a times this evening, it's very hard to pass on this track to the point where it's like Monaco. You've got a couple overtaking opportunities, but if you go off, it's a very short hop, skip and a jump into a wall.
Yeah, we've seen a few cars go off now, so really need to watch your track and your traction.
But looking at the front here, the leading duo, I don't know if this is due to the slipstream, but Pease is not wanting to let Wouter go, but they have broken away from pillars by over a second now. DRS isn't active, I believe, until the next lap. So what has Pease got in the tank? Both these drivers burning battery. Well, Pease burning more than Wouter with a drive off the back. He's catching him with the toe. Is he going to get a look into turn 1? He does. He's up the inside. Does the Samsung driver stick the move? He does. we've got a yellow at the final corner. One of the Castrals may have looked like it's gone round. But
Mikey G.
side by side, Wooter and Pease, but Pease just pulls in front, just the way the track goes.
Yeah, very important move there for Pease, as you say, on the softer compound, so he's going to want to get away, but Wooter is not giving it to him.
This is brilliant. And they're going to go down the long right-hander. That is a dangerous corner to go side by side on. That is ballsy by Wooter, but they kept it clean.
Wow, that just shows you the talent at Formula 4 for these two drivers to be battling out that speed that far away from each other, that close to each other, should I say.
Now, Bloom, I would say the restart was pure pandemonium.
Yes. Difficult to keep track of everything that was going on, but Wooter with DRS now. Wooter is showing incredible speed on them hard tyres.
Yeah,
but Pillars also...
Pillars, I was just about to say Pillars as well. He's clawing himself back in. The way these two are having a bit of a fight, Pillars is clawing himself back into the top three. Well, the top three scraps, sorry, for the win. And he will have DRS on this lap.
Ooh, and contact further back. Callum trying to take a position from Ramsel, but getting Keyser up the rear gearbox. But Glock capitalising on that, taking Keyser and now having a look on the inside of Callum down into turn one. Can he keep the position? The John Player special on the inside does take two positions. And
no, he hasn't. He's just kept it. It was contact. I thought he was going straight into the Armco.
Keyser visiting that wall already today, not wanting to do it again, but all this going on, we've got the top three almost within a second.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With the way that Wooter and Pease were battling, Pease just kept it out in front long enough. Wooter didn't get a look in, but Pillars, like you say, he's clawed himself right into this fight now.
I gotta jump down. Glock is all over Ramsel. I don't know how Ramsel kept Glock behind him in that sector. Not a normal place you see some overtakes, but Glock was really bringing it to him. Both on the hard tyres, both fighting a really good fight.
I can imagine that's going to be kind of a hook, line and sink here for the JPS driver. I have cut away from the front, the gap stretched out now to nearly a second. Pease with the quickest lap of the race so far with a 13. So he's really starting to stretch those mediums out now, using for the block, making the move, nearly going into the Marlborough. A bit like George Russell and Hamilton that we saw on the weekend. He made the move done before the DRS was even open.
Yeah. Glock was going to be taking that position all day long, but now Callum having his sights set on Ramsel. Callum on the softer compound, so can he make his way through as the John Player Special driver Glock did?
Well, Glock's already going to probably be setting his sights to Liam up the road. He's going to want to get himself back into the fight and try and catch the guys at the front. Broken. It's over DRS now. No, sorry, over 1 second. The DRS has been broken. So Pease is clear of Wooter at the moment.
Yeah, that gives us some time to come back and look at the right ding-dongs. I've got about 9 cars on my screen right now, all coming around the same corner. But Keyser...
to see as well, give us something to spectate on and talk about. Beg your pardon, sorry, Blue.
That's okay. Keyser up on the inside of Bannister. Some fantastic racing. Great respect shown by all drivers here.
Oh, Keyser right around the outside of Bannister as well there. Making it work, but going to cut back to Callum. Is he going to get the move done on the Marlborough? Is he just going to get close enough into turn one? He doesn't, unfortunately. So Ramsel holding out for another lap. But further back, we've got 2 Castrals and a Puma. Chewy going wide. Xerxes up the inside, and we've got a Puma round. Xerxes just getting
Sloth.
through, I believe.
Sloth again. No. This is not the position Sloth is used to being in, and he's just suffering.
What?
I don't know if it's traction or contact with others, but yes, just Mikey and Chewy having a ding-dong together.
I mean, what was impressive there, I don't know if you caught it on your end, Blue, but was just watching Xerxes go up the inside of Chewy, and as he did so, the gap was there in front of him, and then he came face to face with the side of the Sloth, and he just managed to get around the back of the car.
The camera angle didn't help me out on that one, so we'll have to jump onto the stream to catch your view of that.
Callum side by side, there's contact into the braking zone. Callum's off into the gravel, and in doing so, Keyser's got round Callum, and now Bannister's coming up behind him. That is not what the Puma driver would have wanted. No,
but Callum really lucky to survive the gravel patch like that, because any other driver that would have either beached or spun.
Now, are we going to see any form of team orders here between the two Marlboro drivers? Clearly, Ramsel, unfortunately, has been a bit of a cork in the bottle. He's had a great race so far, starting at the back, currently sitting in P8, but Keyser, who's been looking very racy now, is going to be wanting to find his way around his teammates.
Yeah, I think Keyser is only down here due to incident, but...
Well, just like that,
yeah.
There you go, done.
Yeah, I think Keyser is also the higher pot driver, so, but well done to Marlboro. They're 4 drivers all in the top 9.
Stellar race for those guys at the moment. These are big points that they need as well for the constructors as well as the combined team standings.
Yeah, Marlboro doing a stellar job on the constructors, but Glock making his way past Liam with ease there. DRS assistance also, but again, I don't think he really needed it.
No, but it'll be interesting to see if Liam can keep up with him, because the DRS is now going to change hands, and Callum's had Ramsel. So Ramsel's had a moment there, I believe, and Callum's gotten through, so he's broken the two Marlboros up.
Xerxes had a moment also, lost the back end.
And we've got yellows out in sector 2, I believe, which is for extremist, unfortunately. But
yeah.
Just sticking on board with this, so I just wanted to see if Liam was going to have a look at Glock. He wasn't close enough. What about Callum? But Ramsel looks like he's coming under attack from Bannister, and Bannister sent it. I don't think
Last
Ramsel
of the late breakers.
Back, really. His mirrors are filled, and he's trying to get past the cars in front. He can't catch a break, but Bannister's gone deep. So Xerxes is through.
Bannister went deep, and before he could even think of it, Xerxes was, thank you very much, sir.
He didn't need a second invitation at all, but that was a big move from Bannister into turn 1, and unfortunately it's resulted in somehow him losing a position.
It was a brave move. I nearly went non-PG there, but yes, it was a very brave move.
Now, and I mean, you said about the four drivers in the top 10 for Marlboro. 4 drivers that always seem to be next to each other. Unfortunately, it's probably not in the positions they want at the moment, but Castro, all line astern on the position board.
There's a sea of oil down there. It's not where they want to be, like you say.
Not at all. They had a really good start, unfortunately, to quality. Just unfortunately, looks like this evening the race just hasn't gone their way. Yeah,
I think Sloth's had a really unfortunate race. I've seen him involved in a couple of incidents, whether they was contact or traction. I can't say for sure. But Wouter, he's closed that gap again, so he's now back into DRS. But they've both built a big gap back to the Marlboro drivers, Pillars and Death Dragon.
Well, saying that, I believe he's definitely had a help, because his Wouter, I've never seen his battery depleted so low, so early in a race.
Oh, Ramsel losing out a couple positions there in his round. I think he also collected another car. I think he was in the side of Mikey G, and Mikey G gets Mikey gets a 5-second penalty, severe collision with Ramsel, but I don't think that was fair, because I think Ramsel was the one who was sideways. So I think that will be appealed.
Well, we went from 4 Marlboros into the top 10. We've now got the 3 remaining Pumas in the top 10. So they've managed to flip that around as well again, looking for some strong points.
Yes, good shout, good shout. Sloth wanting to reclaim some positions. DRS assistance making it past just Mikey for Samsung.
I'm just keeping an eye on the gap at the front. It's staying at around about 5 to 6 tenths, and I'm just cutting back, giving everyone a bit of screen time, really, as we're just looking at some of these drivers going around.
Yeah.
I know that battle at the back there, just Mikey and Mikey G there, getting very close by the looks of it, and there you go, as I say, that'll try and cut down and grab all the rest.
Yeah, that's got to be a wing change for just Mikey. That collision looked pretty heavy.
We'll stay with him quick, see what he does. Onto a set. That's an interesting call.
5-second penalty. Yeah, he's gone to the hard tyres.
That is an interesting call, though, for a set of hards. With only 9 laps to go, softs would have made it to the end.
Oh, but Callum and Xerxes, I think they swapped positions. I think.
They have done, yes. But I'm still baffled by just Mikey there. Why didn't you go for the softs?
Because it's Mikey.
Fair enough. We got yellows out. We got a Marlboro round.
We do.
It's not Ramsel. It's Keyser. Keyser's had a moment. I just wanted to clarify, it wasn't Ramsel. We're not jinxing him. It was Keyser who unfortunately had a moment.
Keyser, equally, again, not his best race. He's nearly been in the wall twice. So, suffering. But I think the key here is the fact of our main rivals, Death Dragon and Peas. Peas is currently 3 places in front of Death Dragon, although Wouter might have something to say about that soon.
And of course, it's a bit of a evening drive for the likes of Pillars, DJ, even Droftas and Glock as well, where they're all kind of spread out at the moment. All trying to just see what they can do against the guys in front, but unfortunately it's a bit of a stalemate on tyres. They've all gone for the same strategy effectively, bar the guy, well, minus the mediums who are just trying to stretch them to the end, so the likes of Peas and Droftas.
So, I've just put into the chat, get your driver of the day votes in. I think who we're going to be shouting up before driver of the day, whilst we've got Callum and Keezer having a good old ding-dong, and Bannister in the background just waiting for picking up the scraps. Callum on the outside on the soft tyres, Keezer I think taking that position.
Callum definitely wanted to be careful there because he was in that position last time and unfortunately ended up going into the gravel. But Glock has had a moment on the final corner, I think, because he's just dropped right back.
He has.
Liam's gone through, so Glock having a moment on that banking again, catching out another driver this evening.
Callum and Bannister swapping positions.
Now you wanted to say at the front, just having a look at this, the battery deployment, Wouter less than 10% battery to hand. Peas only sat a little bit high there, around about 25%, so they are pushing, they are really pushing. They have broken away from Pillars now by over 6 seconds. That is how much they are gunning for this win.
Yeah. But now we're looking at the... Mikey speeding in the pit. I think Mikey's had enough of the Netherlands in the pits with a 5-second speed.
So he didn't get his wing changed last time, and he didn't get the right tyres by the looks of it. But at the front though, the gap is 2-3 tenths. It looked like Wouter was going to have Peas. It's very close.
Oh, yellow flag. That must be extremist. So, but I think the next attack is probably going to come in the shape of Sloth and Ramsel. But Ramsel will have DRS assistance from Chewy in front.
And we've got one of the Castrals into the pits. We've got Mikey G's in. But up the inside into turn 1. Is he going to make it stick? The side by side running through, and again this next complex is going to get very tight there. But Sloth just getting in front.
I think Ramsel backed out there. Yeah, he chose life.
Yeah, I think he chose this isn't the fight he wants here and now. Couple laps to go. Sloth and Chewy, so I can imagine that Sloth is probably going to get the wave pass, being the driver in the higher pot division. But again, it's kind of staled out again there. But yeah, the front though, we do have, like I say, Peas and Woods are still half a second apart.
It has a little bit, but who would you rather be? Would you rather be Wouter on 16-lap old hards, or would you be Peas on 16-lap old mediums? Still another 6 laps to go here, so that will mean Peas mediums will be 22 laps old by the end of it.
I mean, if I didn't know how much battery deployment the car in front had, I'd want to say I'd want to be in Wouter's position. However, seeing the telemetry in front of us here, seeing that Peas has 25%, he has so much more battery deployment. Peas is in a very strong position, and then we just saw there as well on the datas on the side there. Sloth has got past Chewy. Oh, and Chewy's back past him. What's happened there? Sloth's had a bit of a moment, and somehow Ramsel's got back ahead of him.
Whoa, right, ding dong, and we've even got a ghost car just for good measure, just to spice things up. And Sloth is right up on the inside of Ramsel.
And Chewy has Sloth's passed them both. So through that section there, somehow Sloth has gone backwards too, and then back past them both. The fair play, but at the front, the gap is dropping, it's closing down. 2 tenths. And they're side by side into the first corner. Peas is just holding on, they look like a little bit of a friendly nudge there from Rooster, just reminding him, hey buddy, I'm still back here, I want my first position back. But this is going to go down to the wire between the leading duo. I can't imagine neither of them are going to take this without lying down without a fight. But again, P's sitting in the stronger position. Don't know what his tire percentage is like as wear-wise. We don't get that much of an insight on them. But you can't imagine those mediums are going to be feeling very good at the moment. They're only meant to last about 16 laps, so they're definitely past their prime.
Some position changes again. No, Chewy! Chewy lost it and he completely took out Ramsel at the same time. And that has caused a full course caution. We have a virtual safety car. So whilst that neutralises the race a little bit, let's have a look at some Driver of the Day votes. I think I'm putting down Pillars, Liam, and Draftas.
I would say the man that was in the box. He started at the back. He's currently sat in P5. He's got the penalty. But as it stands, he's still looking at least a 6th place here.
Yeah, fantastic drive from him. He did get Driver of the Day last week as well. But yeah, I can't dispute that. Fantastic drive.
I mean, the man right now who's going to be loving this is the guy out in front, Pease, because what this is doing is allowing him to get some battery deployment back, and he cannot be passed. He's holding position. So this, at the moment, this is just going to be giving Wouter less and less time to try and get that move done, to get back that first place which he has held. Well, he earned in quali, and he's held for quite a good chunk of this race.
Oh no, and Keezer's got to drive through. That is not what we wanted to see. Keezer really suffering there. He's been into the wall nearly a couple times this race, and now he's going to be into the pits for a drive through for good measure. So but really unfortunate.
I missed the restart there. P's doing a stellar job saving his battery. Nearly 50% deployment now he's got, compared to only the 20% of Wouter. So this is going to come down to the lot. Like I say, I keep saying it because I still don't know.
I think Wouter was trying to do a George Russell there because he was over a second.
But are the tyres going to hold out for P's? Can Wouter get the opportunity to make that move? It's so hard to pass right now. We've seen some amazing overtakes, some unorthodox overtakes as well. But it's whoever crosses the line first to do a very obvious statement in that sense.
As you say, Pease was able to bank some ERS, and Wouter getting awfully close now on the Delta. But Pease was able to bank some ERS, but Wouter banked some, but used it all there on that attack. But Pease still with nearly 50% battery.
The thing is, Pease isn't really having to use his ERS through this part of the lap. You can't really get past people unless you really catch them. You have to be alongside them already. It's kind of a single line. But again, lap car, nice to see getting out of the way. I believe that might have been Senior. I can't quite tell, but this is going to be close. But I think Pease may just have enough battery deployment to hold on to the lead for the time being. He's using it now just to try and break away from Wouter as they're coming around the final corner. Only less than 3 laps to go now. This is the crunching point.
Wouter had a fantastic exit 2 corners before, so he was able to capitalise on that. So as you say, Pease using some ERS to defend. Wouter not enough ERS to attack efficiently.
No, I mean, I'm personally going to stick with these guys for the last 2 laps. I can see we've got some drivers very close. Bannister, Callum, even the likes of Keezer and Xerxes as well on track. But this is the fight that we want to see. Who is going to win round 7 of Season 4 of Formula 4 tonight?
Well, Keezer unfortunately having to go and serve his drive-through. So really unfortunate for the Marlborough driver. And Marlborough, who I did say had 9 drivers up, 4 drivers up in the top 9. Now the story has changed slightly.
However, on that story, we still have the 3 Pumas. They are still there. Mikey G as well. Wow, we're quickest lap of the race there, 12.6. Stellar job by him.
Yeah, a few guys down the bottom opting to jump in for soft tyres.
But we are coming on to the final lap of the race. Pease still leading Wouter by less than 4/10. Batteries are being deployed. Pease has spent all of his. Wouter's got barely anything left. Who could do it? It's going to be really one last chance, which is going to be a drag down to the line for Wouter. Has Pease done enough to hold off this attack for the last 20 odd laps from the Puma driver? He really wants that win now. He's practically pushing him through the middle sector as they come down the hill. Who is going to end out on top? My guess is as good as yours.
Pease, I think, is really struggling on 22 laps mediums.
I was saying that we've had a change of position between Glock and Droft as well.
Yeah.
So
Glock trying to get
that 5-second penalty, still safe in 6th, but can he try and get past Glock again?
Wouter with his final.
Wouter's going to have a look. Wouter's having a look around the outside into the final section, into the stadium. He's heading around the outside. He's still on the inside of Pease. Oh, he's got on the curb. He's lost the back end. Pease is clear. Is this it? Has he done enough to win? 1 corner to go, and then a drag to the line. Both batteries will be spent for both drivers. Who is going to do it? It's Pease crossing the line with 3/10 the gap to Wouter. Brilliant drive.
Yeah, I think riding on board with Wouter, you could really see the damage to Pease tyres, but you've got to give a big shout out now to Pillars, taking that 3rd and final step on the podium. What a fantastic drive from the Marlborough driver, Pillars. Death Dragon rounding it off in 4th for Marlborough. And Glock, as you say, taking that late position from Droftas. Droftas finishing 5.5 seconds behind, but he was only 0.5 behind when crossing the line.
And importantly, he was 4 seconds ahead of Liam, which at the end, which gives it the 5. But that's including the 5-second penalty applied. And 2 more drivers who are crossing the line. They're practically side by side. Look at that, Callum, Tyler, 6.2 seconds off. 2 drivers behind him were only a 10th apart. Very close finish there.
I don't even know where to go. I think I'm going to have to go for Pillars. Nobody voted for driver of the day, so really quiet on the commentary, on the comments, sorry. So unless anything else pops up right away, I think we're going to go with Pillars for driver of the day, because I've got to say, what a stellar drive from the Marlborough driver.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair shout. I'd quite happily agree with that.
I think that might actually be his first podium appearance this season, if I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds correct, but on the top step, Pease, who has taken the fight to Wouter. So Wouter, having 2 stellar drives for reserve, comes in as a full-time seat for pot 1 for Puma, and all of a sudden, Pease is there, saying, no thanks, I'll have that, and taking the top step this evening.
So if you could run down, I'll try and get the drivers in for a post-race interview.
I'm not doing so, I'm just going to do a quick rundown. So as we've seen there, our winner tonight is going to be Pease for Samsung, closely followed by Wouter, very closely followed by Wouter there for Puma. Pillars rounding out our podium position, congratulations on that brilliant drive. DJ 4th, Glock 5th, Droftas from last to 6th, 1 stellar drive for the pot 3 Samsung driver. And then we got Liam in 7th, brilliant drive for our reserve, 8th, 9th and 10th there, all rounding out there. So all 3 remaining Pumas making it in, scoring big points. And then we do have a mixture of Castrals and Marlboroughs here rounding out the kind of between, 10th all the way through, 11th, sorry, all the way through to 16th there. Sloth, Keezer, Mikey G, Ramsel, J-Marts, Chewy, and then at the back, unfortunately, last but not least, we do have the likes of Just Mikey, Extremist Walker, and Mini Ramsel, the 2 non-finishers.
Right, let's see if we can get... Right, I've got invites out to the guys to join the drivers' interview room. So we've got 1 driver in at the moment. Let's wait and see if we can get the others. But in a moment we can start with our 3rd place finisher. Also winner of driver of the day. So yeah, we might as well jump straight in. Pillars, congratulations on... what I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is your first podium finish this season.
It is. I don't really know what I'm doing in here. What do I
do? well, to be fair, you was a bit of a silent participant because we was busy looking at Death Dragon, Wouter and Pease, and then all of a sudden you, after that last safety car, seemed to take the position from Death Dragon and storm away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, DJ didn't get a good enough, well, didn't get a good enough restart, and obviously just had the run on him, and then managed to keep up with the two freaks at the front for a little bit, so towed me along to a 3 second gap, and then just chilled from there, really. Well, say chilled, didn't really, but no, it's nice, it's different. Different. I'm normally crying into my pillow right now about how my race went, but I'm happy now.
No, it's stellar effort. Like I say, first podium this season. We used to seeing you up there at the top, but no, fantastic drive from yourself. Anything else to add, Diggle?
Oh, to be fair, you nailed it on the head there, to be fair, but yeah, Pillars, it's nice to have you join us in the commentary booth. It's been a pleasure. I've been waiting for this moment. You finally got through, and it's good to see you back up at the front.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of forgotten how you boys sound, really. Well, in a party chat, anyway.
Yeah. No, but blue. Gotta say, also shout out to Pillars. I've heard you several times on the Australian stream filling in, trying to help Gav out whilst he's on his own at some points. So yeah, again, as I mentioned at the start, draft ass filling in for myself whilst I was late getting back. So yeah, good team player all round for this league. So well done.
Cheers, just obviously GG's to the REL freaks out front. Dicks.
So yes, congratulations on your podium finish and driver of the day. We didn't actually get any votes for the driver of the day, but I've picked you because I think, like I say, first podium finish this season. Good to see you up here. So congratulations.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
So we now go to our second place finisher, which at any point in this race I didn't know who that was going to be, whether it was going to be Wouter or Pease, but finishing second here for the Netherlands Grand Prix, we have Ariel Wouter. How was that race for you?
Sad to lose out like that, like to 3 times. Safety car in the middle didn't help a lot, and the safety car, virtual safety car at the end. Kind of screwed it for me because 2 times was going to go for a move and virtual safety car came out. But well, overall good pace, but yeah.
It did seem to look like that safety car was going to benefit all of the guys who started on the mediums. That includes yourself and excludes Pease. Pease having to go the long way round, doing the alternative strategy of running longer on his mediums than he did on his hards. So was then last couple of laps where we saw you with 20-lap old hards and Pease with 20-lap old mediums, was you really able to get the traction down and fight for that position?
I think the last 3 laps, or like last 4, you could like easily notice it, where it was a lot better. But I noticed from my first stint where the mediums were very good, even on the few laps before the safety car came up, I was still doing greens, green sectors, and just improving. So I knew the mediums were going to be good till the end.
Yeah. No, fantastic drive. I really didn't know who I would be talking to for second place, but unfortunately yourself is finishing second here. But well done on your podium finish again, and for your debut for a full-time team. So we go now to our top step finisher, Ariel Pease. I don't know how you managed to fight off Wouter. Like I say, them last few laps there really looked like it was a uphill effort to try and get that top step. But how was that for you?
That felt horrible. The first like 16, 17, they were alright. The last, I'd say 5 laps were awful. Like, it genuinely felt like I was driving in mud. But I'm happy with the win, but I think I was lucky because the one time the Valter was close enough to get me, I'd say, like the closest he ever was, the VSC came up. So I was pretty fortunate for that. But other than that, yeah, no, it was a good race. It was a good ending, sweaty ending.
No, we saw some spectacular racing between you and Wouter. Again, no idea who was going to finish on the top step, but incredibly close between you two. Anything to add, Diggle?
Well, like you say, I didn't know which way it was going to go, and I can't imagine what it was like really to probably have the little markers on the screen, or just knowing that you've got that car pushing you and pressuring you. But you didn't crack, so congratulations on a brilliant drive this evening.
Thank you very much.
We had a fantastic race here in the Netherlands for round 7. A few incidents on track. I don't know if it was loss of traction or contact, because we've seen a few usual top finishers finishing well out of position, which opened the gateway for some other drivers. And again, congratulations on to Pillars for his first podium for the season and driver of the day. But join us next week, where we will be in Monza for round 8 of our 13 race calendar. So congratulations and thank you to Diggle for taking on the stream tonight, and Droftas for filling in whilst I was away. Thank you very much, and we look forward to speaking to you next week. Goodbye.